When they hear Sandstorm and Sir Big Spur starts getting those claws sharpened, Williams-Brice Stadium comes alive in support of their South Carolina Gamecocks. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, squaring off with another team from Conference USA, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Hilltoppers will put toe to leather and we'll get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. This offense with a fresh set of downs. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line?
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. To the ground to try to move the chains. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. So we're scoreless. Their first drive of the game, and this coach... Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And he made the extra point without problem. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. First down here for the offense. Back to throw. It's Gage. It's complete to the left. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Tackle is made after the first down.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, getting it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always wrong. I'm an offensive guy.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Finds his target down the middle. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
He'll toss it. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Burgess. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Dropping back, it's Gage. Gets it out fast. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
All right, they get the completion, don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
Maybe a tad out of field goal range and way too close to punt it. Kind of in no man's land, so they'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
They think there's room to run to the right here. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Well, he's been showing off his skill and athleticism all game long so far. He's got speed, he's got quickness, he can make people miss, he can break tackles, and with that run, he's now at 100 yards rushing in the game. This dude is a weapon.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And the Gamecocks are marching down the field.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Red Hornet!
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Gage. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Hey, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. The sweet feet buy a little time. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Hilltoppers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Still running at the 40. He's loose. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's got great speed. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like
he lets it fly. And the pass hits, picked off. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Line gets set, 1st down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Handoff from the gun. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Got it looking for a first. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Coming up, fourth down.
A 51-yard field goal is not really unreasonable in terms of range, but they'll try to convert on fourth down. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Wants to throw. It's Gage. Pocket starts to collapse. Fires on the move. And they can't make the connection. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down. And they got him for the sack. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. Using the quick gain. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. The Gamecocks get it past the sticks.
Once you get in this range, you you depend on your kicker? Do you go for it? I think on fourth down, I think you go for it. This is a long field goal, a lot harder attempt. I like the offense going for it here in this situation.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout.
Okay, ready?
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. On 2nd down, he'll fire. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They'll leave it with him. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
Western Kentucky.
Way too close to punt. Way too far for the field goal. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
To the air, it's Gage. They're trying to get to it. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the 1st one they've used this half. Second down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. Unloads it downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. And that pass is intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of the explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. The quick out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. They'll try to power their way ahead. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Now adjusting. Slides away. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip. And they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Throws toward the end zone. And he makes the grab, but can't get the foot down in the field of play. Almost at 6 there. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He makes the connection. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will kick it off to start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half.
Got a lot of running room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Quick strike complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Line getting set on 2nd down. From the gun. Give on the inside. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Second down.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Get set.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Here comes the option. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky.
PAT unit on the field.
With the carry. The kicker is on 40.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it.
Western Kentucky, 7.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Makes a move. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. Back to pass, it's Gage. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Movement here from the tight end. Looking to throw on second down. Quickly to the tight end. That's a live ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the offense. He's back to throw on second down. Gets rid of it. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man.
Quarterback there just trying to go to his primary target, and they're just not on the same page.
A 3rd and long coming up here.
3:25.
Running back searching for a hole. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Now, 4th down.
And for the 5th time, the offense will go for it on 4th down. 2 for 4 so far. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Getting some heat. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got it down the middle. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, South Carolina 24, Western Kentucky 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Dropping back, it's Gage. Trying to get to him. Takes a hit as he fires. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Bringing it back. The 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
31, Western Kentucky 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Offense will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect the quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. He's looking to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it on the left. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Topper.
Western Kentucky.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina! And the stomping has commenced. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle.
And the Western Kentucky offense will take over. First and 10.
First down for this offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
And the defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass, it's Gage. He's taking the shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Returner runs out of bounds.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They want that clock to run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Coming after it. It's complete on the right side. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down.
3:25.
He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He's got his man. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over, and maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. From the gun to give, looking for room. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, looking to pass. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter, so you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Still looking on the move. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the 4th quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Gage. Going for it all. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On third down, he drops to throw. He'll take another shot here. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last two games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.